Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring my weekly review of Black Sails on Starz. This week we've seen Season 4, Episode 5. And, doing this video before The Walking Dead, they're both on 9 o'clock, and I chose to watch Black Sails first this week, and I think that was the right decision. What am I going to watch? Another holdover episode of The Walking Dead and a solid season, or another building nerving episode of Black Sails, final climatic season. Basically I'm happy I chose to watch Black Sails tonight. My review of The Walking Dead will probably be out, I don't know if I'll say tonight, but within the next day or two at least. So overall this is another good episode. Like I said, it continues to build that tension, and the way this episode ends, you'd think there might be only one episode left or something, but we have episode 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 5 more left. And it's definitely coming down to the wire here already. It's really, shit's gonna hit the fan pretty quickly here. And with this episode, we have a lot of really good character dynamics flowing here. From Silver and Billy, there are different views on Flint and the decision that is reached on that, with Flint's deal last week with Eleanor. And it appeared as if Flint may have been right in taking this course, at least until what Rogers does, bears its face, and a few different examples are heading right towards Nassau at the end of the episode. Well, it appeared like Flint's plan was actually working, and I know some people are sort of like, I don't remember the last time I've ever said this word, but I know some people were flabbergasted by Flint's deal with Eleanor last week, with, of course, giving her the gold and such, in exchange for taking over Nassau and everything like that. Which would actually, which would secure them the location, and would ensure like a few months of struggling with not having the backing of the gold and such, but at least they'd be able to hold that position, avoid a war that they are hardly guaranteed to survive, let alone win. Like I said before, I think I understood Flint's perspective on here, and it was good to see Maddie actually seeing what he's seen with that too. But that all falls flat because of Rogers' tenacity, because of his stubbornness, not to let this happen, not to let this thing, play out even the way Eleanor wants it to, his wife. He's just not willing to accept what's trying to happen here. So I thought that was all really good. And then Rogers, meanwhile, he goes, I forget exactly where it was, I'm sorry, but I've just got done working a few, very long shifts at work in a row, so excuse me. But I believe it was, I know they said Cuba or something like that, but he goes to another country whom they are actually at war with right now. But he has, lost almost all motivation for that war in favor of focusing on, what's going on at Nassau, and he seeks their assistance and, ignoring everything that's going on between their two kings and such in order to try and push the pirates out and not let this happen. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and results in a ton of ships heading towards Nassau at the end of the episode. And if they wanted to, they could very well end it within an episode or two if they wanted, with that much already in visible sight. But besides that, we also had the dealings with Silver, Flint and Billy. Of course, Billy, he just wants rid of Flint, and it's known that both Flint and Billy can't exist forever, and try, be forced to be on, same side and such. And so Silver is sort of forced to look into the practicality, but also how he feels about who he needs to favor here and when, basically as Israeli tells him, if you're gonna fuck Flint, then fuck Flint. If you're gonna fuck Billy, then fuck Billy. And at first I thought they were actually setting up Flint and Eleanor and their guards here to be ambushed coming out of the tunnel to make the deal with the treasure and such. But luckily I was wrong. I didn't think they'd kill Flint here. But the way some of these shows go sometimes they just do it and it's like, what the fuck? But I was glad to see that Billy didn't try to go about the way it might have been a Flint there, and it turns out to be a setup. I'm glad Silver didn't go that way with that possible outcome with Flint and Eleanor there with the deal, but instead he actually goes for Billy and has him attacked by Israeli hands. We get a pretty brief but nice back and forth between hands and bones, and Israeli easily could have killed him there, but Silver instead tells him to take him to the estate. But it looks like Billy's going to sort of be a non-factor now, at least for a little bit. And then we also see Flint and Rackham reunite. He's told of what happened and how they escaped and such, and they didn't know the harbor is safe, so still he showed up here. And so I like that bit as well. And also, when Rogers was making the deal, he also brought the head of Edward Teach, which is, of course, pretty brutal. It was still in the bag. We didn't see it roll out or anything, but still, that's a pretty, big example of, what he's been up to. But yeah, overall, this is a really good episode. I also like the conversations Eleanor and Flint had, with him pointing out how it turns out Rogers isn't really that much different from them after all. I'm not going to do the dialogue any justice, okay? But I kind of appreciate their scenes together. I don't really like Eleanor that much. I'd prefer it if she and Max both died at some point fairly soon. But I still really like these scenes with them too because, Flint and Eleanor have been two major characters since the very beginning. So the fact that they've been on such opposing sides and now they sort of have this one-on-one time again, it sort of feels like a really nice full circle in a way, and I really liked it. But yeah, overall, really like this episode. I don't know if I liked it quite as much as last week's, but I'd still rate it around the same, like around an 8.7 or so. Enjoyed it. And only 5 episodes left, and it looks like shit's already going to be going down next week. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.